Good day, viewers. Welcome to Afri's Concept TV, your number one reliable channel where you get updated and enlightened on what is happening around you. I appreciate you for the time spent while watching and viewing our channel. So if you are new on this channel, don't forget to click on the subscribe button as well as the bell button to get updated whenever I drop any video. Nnamdi Kanu led a protest over the killing of Christians. The indigenous people of Biafran IPOB on Friday disclosed that its leader, Nnamdi Kanu, will lead a 1 million man march to protest against the killing of Christians in Nigeria. The march by Kanu and members of the IPOB will take place on the 20th of June in Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. A statement by IPOB spokesperson Emmanuel Powerful said that the march was aimed at creating international awareness of the killings of Christians in Nigeria. The specialist group also explains that the march would help liberate victims of neo-colonial subjugation in Nigeria. According to the statement, we, the global and indomitable family of the indigenous people of Biafra and IPOB, ably led by our great leader, Nnamdi Kanu, wish to humbly notify Biafrans, friends, and Biafra, persecuted Judeo-Christians communities in Nigeria, victims of Fulani terrorism and state-sponsored genocide, including all those who are reeling from brutal fanaticism and genocidal land grabbing tendencies of the vendors from the Sahel aided by the region in Aso Rock about the upcoming IPOB of 1 million man march scheduled to hold in Washington, D.C. on 20th of June 2020. Our great leader, Nnamdi Kanu, and his entourage will lead this march of Biafrans. They forcefully disposed all victims of Fulani religious persecution, the enslaved and oppressed minorities in northern Nigerians, friends of Biafran and lovers of freedom all over the world on the march towards the liberation of victims of neo-colonial subjugation in Nigeria on that fateful day near Capitol Hill, Washington, USA. We are delighted to announce that we have sought and have been granted relevant permissions by these various U.S. states and federal law enforcement agencies in Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia as millions of Biafrans and non-Biafran persecuted Nigerian community from across the globe expected to storm Washington, D.C. for this once in a lifetime to draw global attention to the unspeakable human mystery and rivers of blood flowing throughout Biafra land and Nigeria at large. Recall that Nnamdi Kanu had recently lamented the killings of the Christians in Nigeria. The IPOB leader had urged the International Criminal Court, ICC, to take action against the killing of Christians across the country. This unique event in Washington, D.C. will bring home to politicians and policymakers in Capitol Hill the true state of deplorable human rights abuses, lawlessness, and premeditated genocide of Abakari-led regime of Fulani cabals in Nigeria, ruling in the name of the late Buhari. The reign of Fulani terrorism, nepotism, impunity, genocide against Judeo-Christian ethnic groups, and judicial rascality of the Supreme Court of Nigeria will lay bare for the American audience to fully grasp the level of evil going on in the country. It would also afford IPOB an opportunity to demonstrate our unsurpassed global might and prove to the entire world now how serious and determined the focus we are towards the enrollment of universal freedom, democracy, and rule of law for all, not just for the Biafrans alone. Only after this march will the world finally appreciate the level of human misery and pain inflicted by cattle herding on educable and violent minority from the core Sharia Arewa North on the rest of the populations unfortunate enough to find themselves trapped in the British colonial experiment gone wrong called Nigeria. What is happening today in Nigeria with the help of a corrupt judiciary is far worse than what obtained during the darkest days of apartheid in South Africa. All the ethnic cleansing going on in the Middle Belt region, persecution of Nigerians in the north, genocide in south, and forceful Islamization of Christians enclaved will be better appreciated by opinion leaders right across the world after this march. We are going to let the world know how Fulani illiterates elite are steadily relied on British colonial patronage to float five of the world's deadliest terror groups. How this same Fulani group have successfully perverted the judiciary, especially the Supreme Court, in other now successful quests to perverse democracy. Not since the reign of the demonic Idi Amin Dada in Uganda has American and Africa witnessed such complicit judiciary in the persecution of innocent citizens and subversion of the spirits and letters of the law. Boko Haram Fulani terrorist herdsmen Horkwada in Maghreb, ISSWAP, and Ansaru and bandits are all terror groups and killing matches set up by the Fulani elites who enjoy unlimited British support and patronage. The public in the USA will finally know that both Nigerian Senate and House of Representatives are busy promoting laws to give greater funding to terrorists who will one day attack American interests. Nigeria has succeeded in becoming the only state in Africa where terrorists actually run the central government. We are calling on all Biafran Ijo, Igbeke, Igala, Idoma, Igede, Amang, Ifyong, Ogoni, Igbo, Shekiri, Urobo, and Isoko, all peace-loving religious group and associations from northern Kaduna across the Middle Belt down to the east and west, living in Africa, America, and other parts of the world, to come out with their children and march for freedom for all on because the pathway of our freedom is in our hands. Wow, this is so lovely. I think this is a good one at that. I love this move. I love this move a lot by Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. I'm so much proud of Biafran. I'm so much in support of them. I pray that Biafran will regain its freedom very soon. With this development by Nnamdi Kanu to put a stop to this crisis, calamities, and injustice in Nigeria will be a thing that Nigerians will definitely want. Those that are criticizing IPOBs, when they see this thing happen, they will now realize that they will also be one of the Biafran members. So I so much appreciate USA government also for accommodating the Biafrans, for agreeing on this protest at Washington, D.C. I pray that God will help Biafrans to succeed in this march. IPOB agitation is not just for the liberation and well-being of Biafrans alone, but for the betterment of every living soul, unfortunately enough to trap in the for corruption, backwardness, hardship in Nigeria. IPOB members are warning all corrupt Lagos, Abuja politicians and groups who were involved in the conspiracy with Fulani cabals to bring Ruga and Fulani military into their hands as a way of silencing IPOB. But they will never succeed over that. The reason why they don't want to support Biafra is because they want to Islamize Nigeria. They know that if Biafran gain their freedom, Biafra will put a stop to their plans, will put a stop to whatever the support they have been supporting those terrorists. Biafran will come to stay no matter what. God has allowed Biafran to stay, so nobody can stop Biafran from having its own republic in this country. Biafran is one, and we are all going to support Biafran as a nation. It is in the interest of these traitors to stay away from Biafran land because they will bear the consequences of any move by the Fulani to force their leader, our land, to become volatile, to justify their murderous military occupation. That is what their plans. They don't want Biafran to gain their independence because of their evil agenda. Biafran will succeed. Biafran will succeed. They will unite all the people of the eastern region and middle belts because they have good plans for them. They have brought this terrible, because Fulani has brought terrible things into the country. So Biafran will definitely put a stop to this during this march, during this protest. That's the plans. That is one of the plan of the people, the leader, Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafran. That what this protest will definitely do. So those that are interested in destroying the country, Biafran land is a peaceful land. They are peaceful and will continue to remain so until Biafra independence is duly and finally restored. Yes, that is it. Nigerian government and our security operatives will be compared in due course to dismantle all their plans, to dismantle all their extortionate police, army, road safety, customs, and civil defense corps. Biafran land is a place where no corruptible person can be. Nigerian army and police should take their security checkpoint to the north, where there is raging Fulani-induced insurgency, and soldiers are being slaughtered like animals. So, viewers, with what you have heard and listened to, what do you think concerning the arrangements, the things, the plans of Nnamdi Kanu over the killings, over the things that has been happening to Christians in the world? Do you think that his opinion and suggestion of having a protest in Washington, D.C. to put a stop to the killings in this state, do you think his plans are valid or invalid? Will you support Biafran? Will you support the leader of IPOB members to continue with these protests, or will you discourage him from organizing these protests? You know very sure that if this protest is being organized, a lot of things, in short, things will be settled. Things like Boko Haram killing our citizens, killing our loved ones, kidnapping our loved ones, taking their properties away from them, invading in their privacies, killing them with like chickens. I know that with this protest, all this will be resolved, and those that are behind this will be definitely put to book and be exposed. So, what is your own comment on this? If you have any comments, is it against or you are supporting the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra? Kindly drop your comment below. Click on the subscription button as well as clicking on the bell button to receive notifications whenever I publish any video. And don't forget to click on the like button and also share this news. Thank you as you do. Have a wonderful day. Bye.